So you love your wig. It gives you the confidence you need because it helps hide your hair loss that you are hiding from everybody because you can't reverse it. You might even have a love-hate relationship with it. In this video, I'm going to tell you the top 3 reasons why you need to throw away your wig today. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to 2020 Clarity, hair growth on the go. If you have stumbled upon my channel somehow, some way, and you don't know me, hello, my name is Talitha, the Natural Hair Confidant, the creator of the Push Through program. And on this channel, I like to help women reverse their traction alopecia by giving them the tips and tricks and techniques that they need in order to not only reverse it, but understand why it is happening and how to never let it happen again. If you are interested in such things, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that post bell notification so you know exactly when I upload a new video with all the tips and tricks and techniques that can help you reverse your traction alopecia also. So the number 1 reason of why you need to throw away your wig is because your wig is suffocating your hair and hindering its growth. How do you say? Let me break it down for you real quick. I'm going to try not to get too geeky. Y'all know I can get all geeky with the science stuff, but I'm going to try not to get too geeky and make sure that you understand it. All right. So under your wig, you have one of 3 things. A wig band because you feel like the velvety softness is going to somehow save your edges, even though it's so tight sweat can't get past it. Or a lace front wig cap, which still has elasticity that's stretching that bad boy. Or maybe that's just my big old head. Or a regular schmegular old wig cap, which we all know create those crater lines when we take it off. They all have one important purpose besides the fact that it makes your hair smooth and round so that it can look natural. And that is to keep your wig secure and in place at all times, no matter what the conditions are. Can't have that bad baby shifting, right? Well, in doing that, it creates a compound effect that is detrimental to your hair growth. It prevents oxygen from getting it directly to cells that need it. It's similar to if you've ever put in a rubber band around your finger or something, and then all of a sudden you notice it's turning blue because it's too tight, or an ace bandage or something. Same exact process when you have your wig on with your the wig cap. Because if you have a band on anything encircling it, something interrupts flow or it slows it down from its normal pace. This is why a lot of people are experiencing headaches with wigs. Comment below if you ever experience wig headaches and how you deal with it. I'm curious to know. So the flow to your brain that is interrupting is blood, and blood carries oxygen and hopefully healthy nutrients if you're eating right. But what this is doing for your hair loss is preventing the cells that would regenerate to produce new strands. It's starving it of oxygen. Since hair contains cells and every single cell requires oxygen for life, therefore it is crucial to ensure that the hair receives sufficient oxygen to produce new strand. Oxygen provides the fuel that is needed to build hair. But then not only is it starving your strands of its fuel, it's starving it of its get up and go, which is vitamin D. It's similar to when grass is dying because the sunlight is blocked because there's a trampoline over it. Everybody knows that vitamin D comes from the sun. The importance of vitamin D is that it stimulates cell growth. The 2 major things required to produce strands that will fill in your bald spot, and you're stopping it. This is where the fork meets the road. You cannot produce new strands without regenerating new cells. You will not be able to do that without oxygen and without stimulating those cells to produce new strands. If you haven't seen my video on it, make sure you check it out because you need to see it ASAP. The second reason why you shouldn't be wearing your wig. If you always have your hair covered and it's always in there, one of the things that happen is it begins to sweat. And once your hair starts to sweat, there is a chemical in your sweat called lactic acid. Now, the reason why, which is a normal chemical, it's supposed to be there, it's just supposed to evaporate. And so when your wig is there, it's preventing it from evaporating. Even if you have a wig that says that it's breathable, it's still going to take time for it to evaporate. And while it's taking the time to evaporate, the lactic acid, the sweat, is still sitting on your scalp waiting to evaporate. And what it is doing while it's sitting there waiting is killing your hair from the inside out. Lactic acid destroys keratin. Keratin is the strong protein that makes up the structure of your hair. When the structure of anything is destroyed, it's weakened. It no longer has a strong foundation to stand on. It no longer has a strong foundation to improve on. Meaning you have to rebuild it from the inside out. Which leads me to my third reason. Because if you have a buildup of sweat, you could possibly have a buildup of product, and you can be causing infections. Now, I've seen many articles and many posts about people actually getting infections from the hair, such as this. I'm not exactly sure how accurate those articles are. I'm not exactly sure if they're fabricated. It could have been something else, but a lot of people have said it enough for me to wonder, is it possible that this hair is causing infections? And once you get an infection, you could be getting a condition called folliculitis. And what folliculitis is an inflamed hair follicle. Once a hair follicle becomes inflamed, whatever hair is inside of that follicle, it releases. Because at that point, it is so inflamed, it needs to focus on healing itself so that it can produce hair in the future. If you let the condition get so serious, it could become so damaged that it never produces another strand. And if you have enough in one area and it's a bald spot, then you're never going to be able to fill in that bald spot. You're going to have to stop wearing your wig and start to heal that follicle in order for it to reverse the damage. So I hope that these amazing tips were helpful for you and that they help you try to understand or realize that you need to get out of your wig ASAP. And if you are unsure of how to get out of it, make sure you come back on my next video, because I'm going to go all in depth on hairstyles that you can use that are economically affordable to hide your hair loss, whether you are chilling with the family or going to work in the corporate America. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. If you know somebody that can find it helpful, make sure you share it on all social media platforms. And in the meantime, make sure you go on over to my website, steadygrowthmethod.com, and pick up your free hair growth blueprint that helps you turn all of these YouTube tips that I have been giving you into techniques and methods that you can use tailored specifically for your hair type to help grow your hair back and start to fill in your bald spot and reverse your traction alopecia. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until next time, I wish you the most growth. Take care.